Once upon a time, in a lush and vibrant kingdom nestled between emerald mountains, there lived a kind-hearted princess named Jennifer. She was beloved by all for her wisdom and compassion. Despite her royal upbringing, Jennifer was humble and often spent her days walking among her people, listening to their stories and helping them solve their troubles. One day, a mysterious old woman appeared at the castle gates, clutching a peculiar rose. Its petals glowed faintly, and its stem was covered in sharp, menacing thorns. The woman asked to speak to the princess, claiming that the rose held a secret lesson. Intrigued, Jennifer welcomed the woman into the castle. The old woman presented the rose and said, "This rose is a gift, but it comes with a challenge. If you can hold it in your hands without being pricked by its thorns, it will bloom forever and bring prosperity to your kingdom. If you fail, the rose will wither, and your kingdom will face hardship." Jennifer examined the rose carefully. The thorns were long and sharp, and the task seemed impossible. But she accepted the challenge, knowing that her kingdom's well-being might depend on it. For days, Jennifer studied the rose, trying various ways to hold it. She wrapped her hands in cloth, but the thorns tore through. She tried using gloves, but they were too bulky to grasp the delicate stem. Each failure brought frustration, but Jennifer refused to give up. One evening, as Jennifer sat by the castle garden pondering her next move, a little girl approached her. The girl, unaware of the challenge, reached for the rose. Jennifer quickly stopped her, saying, "Be careful, child. The thorns will hurt you." The girl looked at Jennifer with wide eyes and said, "Why would you want to hold something that hurts you? Maybe the rose doesn't need to be held at all." Jennifer was struck by the simplicity of the girl's words. She realized she had been so focused on the challenge that she hadn't considered other possibilities. The next morning, Jennifer summoned her court and announced her decision. "This rose does not need to be held," she declared. "Its beauty is not meant to be possessed but appreciated. Let it grow in our garden, where all can admire it without harm." The old woman, who had been observing from a distance, transformed before everyone's eyes into a radiant enchantress. She smiled and said, "Princess Jennifer, you have passed the true test. The rose was never meant to be held, but to teach you the value of wisdom and selflessness. Your choice has shown your heart's true strength." The rose was planted in the castle garden, where it bloomed eternally, spreading its glow across the kingdom. Prosperity and happiness flourished, not because of the rose's magic, but because of Jennifer's wise and thoughtful leadership. From that day on, Princess Jennifer was not only known as a kind and compassionate ruler, but also as the princess who taught her people that the greatest treasures are those that cannot be owned, only cherished. And so, the kingdom thrived, and Jennifer's story became a cherished legend passed down through generations.